Oh, shit. So I was talking to these ladies in my church last night, and they were saying that the reason that they stopped swearing was because of their children. And that, you know, their children will repeat what they say. And, I go to church because I need to be reminded that some parents actually want to be good examples for their children. Okay, I'm trying to stop saying the word kids because I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sure this is actually a pretty well-known fact, but if you really think about it, it's pretty fucked up. Okay, so what is a kid? A kid is a baby goat, right? Right? Well, goats aren't good. And so the fact that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love goats, like actual goats, the animals, because their milk is just superior. But I know it's in Matthew. It's somewhere in Matthew where it talks about God separating the sheep from the goats, and the sheep go to heaven and the goats go to hell. So I'm not saying if you call a child a kid, you're a bad person or your child is bad. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they have indoctrinated so many people to use language that is actually really negative. And it's like the word progress. Progress is not a good thing. Progress means a transgender 8-year-old, okay? Progress is feminism. Progress is, and feminists are not happy people, okay? So it's obviously not really working out. Modernity is designed to not be satisfactory and give us this false notion that things are getting better, things are improving, we're gonna get things quicker, everything's gonna be more efficient, but it's actually not, like, at all. So, I don't know, I was thinking about that relationally, you know, driving, and, I mean, I love Thelonious so much. It's the name of my car. I mean, I love to drive, even though I suck at it. I love to drive, but I didn't want to drive. I was forced to get my license to go along with society, you know, because I have to do it to be practical. I have to do it in order to, you know, get around, and that's what's terrible about it. It's like the same thing has happened with smartphones that happened with cars. So now everybody thinks like, oh, if I don't have a smartphone, like, I'm not going to be able to do anything in my life. And I understand that, like, yeah, having a smartphone is more convenient and makes things easier on some level. But if it completely destroys your attention span, then who cares? You know? Who cares that you got some shitty burger delivered to your door? You know? I don't understand. And something I've noticed with other comedians that try to talk about technology, nobody wants to hear about it. And these other comics are admitting that they're like totally addicted to their phone. And they feel like a total piece of shit because they can't stop staring at it. And they're, you know, totally immersed in just bullshit. And it doesn't improve their life. And it doesn't make them any smarter. You know, like, we have so much access to all this information, but it doesn't make people smarter. This makes people wise, okay? This makes people wise because the living Word of God means that it gives you life. Because if God's inside of you and you pay more attention to the good, and you attempt to be good, you want to be a virtuous person, you know? It's like, I can read this, not a problem. Like, you don't even have to tell me to read this. There's all this other stuff that I really want to read, and I cannot, for the life of me, motivate myself to do it. But for whatever reason, this comes very naturally to me. But anyway, where's that part? Okay, I'll give you some wisdom here. I'll put it in the description, like whatever the actual Bible verse is. I don't want to leave you hanging, man. But I know that it's in Matthew, though. I'm pretty sure. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat? Thereat? What does that mean? Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down, and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. So, practicing what you preach, I think that's the point of that. Practicing what you preach and doing the right thing. And if you're a bad person, and I guess we could go into like what that means, but a person that just doesn't really care about your conduct and karma, whatever you want to call it. Christians would worry about the afterlife. Wiccans would worry about, you know, the karma that they'd receive if they did something bad. Yeah, like if you strive to do good, even if you end up doing bad, if you have good intentions, then eventually you'll figure it out, you know? But there are a lot of really bad people that pretend that they're good, they pretend to do good, but in their hearts, they don't have good intentions. It's all about image. It's all about, you know, look at me. And that's why I think social media exists, is to showcase that, how much of a liar so many people really are. And I think that's a really depressing reality. And no amount of drug use is ever going to make that stop. You know? Sucks. It sucks because drugs really used to comfort me, but they don't do that very much anymore. It's unfortunate. But, see, I always had good intentions when doing drugs. So there are a lot of people that do drugs, they just end up overdosing because they're just not that good of a person. They're just bored But I always was trying to seek something, you know? Like, I was trying to understand things on a deeper level. As if I need any fucking help.